Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Aspire Deen. Today's message is both urgent and uplifting. Don't ignore. If you see this sign, Allah is about to remove something from your life. Life often surprises us with sudden changes. A friendship ends, a door closes, or a long-cherished plan disappears. In that moment, it's natural to feel confusion or even fear. But what if these changes are not random at all? What if they are deliberate signs from Allah, guiding you away from harm and towards something greater? In this video, we'll uncover the deeper wisdom behind such removals, the hidden mercy within them, and how you can respond in a way that strengthens your faith instead of shaking it. Stay with me, because recognizing this sign could completely transform the way you see challenges and losses in your life. 1. The meaning of the sign. Life often brings unexpected changes. Sometimes without any warning, a relationship ends, a plan fails, or a long-desired opportunity slips away. For many people, this feels like bad luck or misfortune, but for a believer, it can hold a deeper spiritual meaning. In Islam, nothing happens without Allah's knowledge and permission. Every event, even one that seems painful or confusing, is part of a larger plan designed by Him. When Allah removes something from a person's life, it may be a sign that the thing was never meant for them, or that it could lead to harm they cannot yet see. It may also be a gentle nudge to redirect attention from worldly distractions towards spiritual growth. Recognizing this possibility transforms the experience from a moment of despair into an opportunity for reflection. Instead of viewing the loss as random, one begins to see it as a meaningful sign of divine care. Understanding this perspective helps believers remain calm and patient during sudden changes. It encourages them to look inward, examine their priorities, and ask Allah for clarity. This shift in mindset not only strengthens faith, but also builds resilience and a sense of peace during life's inevitable uncertainties. 2. Why Allah removes things. Sometimes what feels like a painful loss is actually an unseen blessing. Allah, in His perfect knowledge, knows what we cannot. A person may be attached to a situation, relationship, or habit that quietly harms their soul or delays their growth. By removing it, Allah purifies the believer's life from hidden dangers, sinful tendencies, or obstacles to their spiritual progress. This purification may hurt at first, but like medicine, it heals what would otherwise cause deeper harm. Another reason Allah removes things is protection. He may block a path to save someone from a trial, betrayal, or future hardship that they cannot yet foresee. In the moment, this feels like disappointment, but in reality, it is a shield from something far worse. Lastly, removal can be preparation. By taking away what no longer serves you, Allah clears space for something better, an opportunity, blessing, or level of faith you were not ready to receive before. Recognizing this can transform frustration into hope. When you accept that Allah's actions are purposeful, even painful changes become signs of His care, reminding you that every closed door can lead to a far greater opening ahead. 3. Examples of what may be removed. The things Allah removes from a person's life can appear in many forms, and each carries a distinct lesson. Sometimes it is the sudden departure of a person you trusted, a friend, colleague, or even a family member whose influence was steering you away from spiritual or emotional well-being. Their absence may feel like a wound, yet it often creates room for healthier connections or deeper self-reliance. At other times, Allah may detach you from harmful routines or habits that have silently drained your energy or distanced you from Him. Breaking these patterns may initially feel unsettling, but it is a powerful way of redirecting your focus toward growth and discipline. Opportunities and jobs can also be taken away, not as a punishment, but as a recalibration. The loss of a position, a business deal, or a project may push you toward a path you would never have chosen yourself, but one that carries greater wisdom or reward. Even comforts like financial ease or a familiar environment may be removed to cultivate humility, empathy, and resilience. Each removal acts as a message. What leaves your life is not random. It is designed to guide you to something higher and purer. 4. How to respond. When something is suddenly removed from your life, the natural reaction is to panic or question why it happened. Yet the Quranic approach is different. To slow down and observe. Pausing allows your emotions to settle so that you can view the situation with clarity instead of fear. This moment of stillness opens the heart to guidance and helps you avoid hasty decisions that may deepen the pain. Reflection is the next step. It means thoughtfully examining your life, your priorities, and your relationship with Allah. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? And what doors might this be opening? This kind of self-inquiry transforms hardship into a learning experience and strengthens spiritual maturity. Looking for the wisdom behind the change does not mean you will immediately understand it. Sometimes the meaning unfolds gradually. But by actively searching for lessons instead of complaining, you cultivate patience and trust. This mindset protects you from despair and builds resilience for future tests. Over time, you begin to see that every removal carries guidance. What initially felt like an end often reveals itself as a turning point toward growth, healing, or a more fulfilling direction. 5. Strengthening faith. True trust in Allah goes beyond accepting His decree. It is a deep conviction that every change is infused with His wisdom and mercy. When something is taken away, the heart may naturally grieve, but faith softens that pain by reminding you that Allah's plan is always superior to your own. This belief transforms loss into anticipation. Instead of thinking, "Why me?" you begin to think, "What goodness is Allah preparing for me?" Strengthening faith in such moments involves actively remembering His past blessings. Reflecting on times when a hardship led to an unexpected gift helps you build spiritual confidence. Each memory becomes proof that His promises are real. Another way to nurture this trust is through sincere worship, reading Quran with contemplation, making dua with humility, and increasing acts of charity. These actions anchor the heart in hope and gratitude, keeping despair at bay. Over time, the believer develops a steady calmness, the understanding that every apparent loss is not the end, but a stage in a larger journey designed for their ultimate benefit. This mindset turns uncertainty into peace and keeps faith alive even in the darkest transitions of life. 6. Recommended spiritual practices. During periods of loss or transition, consistent spiritual practices help anchor the heart. One of the most powerful is dua. Regularly speaking to Allah with honesty, whether in structured supplications or simple personal words, creates an intimate channel of support. Dua is not only a way of asking for relief, but also a means of aligning your desires with divine wisdom. It strengthens your sense that you are never alone in your struggle. Patience is another essential discipline. It is not passive waiting, but an active state of self-control and composure. Practicing patience means restraining complaints, holding back rash actions, and allowing time for Allah's plan to unfold. This self-mastery refines character, and builds spiritual endurance. Deepening your connection with Allah also involves nurturing acts of worship beyond the basics. Extra prayers, reflection on Quranic verses, dhikr, remembrance, and acts of service to others all enrich the soul. These practices shift focus from what was lost to who remains constant. Over time, they transform sorrow into a quiet confidence rooted in faith. By weaving these habits into daily life, a believer finds guidance, comfort, and renewed strength to face whatever changes lie ahead. 7. Seeing change as growth. Every unexpected change carries within it an invitation to grow. Instead of treating loss as an end, viewing it as a stage of personal transformation allows the believer to approach life with maturity and hope. When something familiar disappears, it challenges your sense of control. This discomfort pushes you to depend more deeply on Allah rather than on temporary supports, creating a stronger foundation of reliance that cannot be shaken by circumstances. Gratitude is equally vital in this process. Even in the midst of hardship, actively recognizing what remains, health, faith, opportunities to worship, or lessons learned, helps the heart stay balanced. Gratitude shifts attention from what has gone to what is still present, and this perspective softens pain while nurturing optimism. Seeing change as growth also helps you discover hidden capacities. You may develop new skills, form stronger habits, or cultivate empathy you didn't know you had. These gains become spiritual provisions for the next stage of your journey. By approaching every removal as a training ground rather than a punishment, you transform what feels like a setback into a stepping stone toward a deeper, more resilient relationship with Allah and a more purposeful life. Alhamdulillah, dear brothers and sisters, we've learned that when Allah removes something from our lives, it is never without purpose. It may be a sign of protection, purification, or preparation for something far better. Trust His wisdom and keep your heart connected to Him. If you found this reminder valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to Aspire Deen so more people can benefit from these reflections. Let's end with a beautiful prayer. May Allah replace every loss in our lives with what is best for us and draw us nearer to Him. Comment Amin below to join this dua.